What?
All of it. All of it. I'm trying to get you to go forward and move on. I'm trying to move on. And the whole time, it's just not, we're not. That's why I've made the decision, okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna make a move. I'm gonna change this situation of mine. But I'm not carrying lies and manipulation and bullshit with me. There won't be people sneaking in and out of my house. You know what I'm saying? It's mine. It's ours. Your home is the only thing you have that is supposed to be your safe haven. I do not, like I told your dad, I do not feel safe in that house, and he agreed. He said, you need to get out of it. I said, yeah, I am. We are. Not just me, we are. I'm not giving up on you. You are my son. You are my baby. I am your mom. I don't want to be ran over. I don't want somebody hurting me. But you are my son. I don't believe you're mentally ill. I don't believe you're that depressed. I believe that you have some issues that you need to resolve, and that I'm trying to tell you, get off the video games, get into the mainstream, get out there. And you're telling me I can't. And I'm telling you, okay, walk with a purpose. Let's start with basics. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Yesterday is gone. We don't look back. We ask for forgiveness and we walk on. And that is our forgiveness, is when we let that get off of our shoulder and we march forward. And we don't look in the rearview mirror, just like Alexander said. And given the chance, which he's going to have in 5 months, I don't want it to be a situation where he doesn't ever want to come back home. And it's not. Trust me, it's not. Both of you will be back in the summer. Unless he goes on in the summer. He may end up going to 2 summer classes. But hopefully he's going to stay at UWF and be over there. But he'll be in the dorms. And he'll be close. Going to school, me working, and you going to school and finishing this up. And like you said, becoming the first in our family to have a college education. Because none of Faye's kids have it. My Uncle George, the only one that has it is Michael. Out of all 3 of his children, and now all his grandchildren, Jennifer just got hers at 45. And her husband, they got divorced though. They're both like 46 now. And they both just got their degrees. And that's it. Nobody else has. Selena has 4 children. That's one of her 4. Georgie boy never had any kids until Philip, and Philip's the only one. He's not going to school. And Michael's girls have both graduated from college. Michael was the only one out of Uncle George. Then there's my dad. There's none of us that, I'm the only one that graduated high school out of my dad's kids. Then there's Aunt Faye. Most of hers I think all of them graduated from high school, but I don't think so. I don't know. And then Aunt Ann's got 2 kids. Both of them graduated from high school, and I think they went on to college. I don't know. Uncle Donnie's girls didn't graduate from high school. and Aunt Velma's girls did with both of them having college education. So out of my dad's family, you would be the first. Because his 4 kids didn't go to college. Billy's 4 kids has not gone to college. Kathy hasn't had any kids, and Michael's daughter is in college like you. And if you beat her, then you'll be the first. If she beats you, she will be the first. And she just got arrested on a felony charge.
For what?
Getting drunk and fighting a police officer. Or biting or something, I don't know. She just got arrested just the other day for being obnoxious and a lunatic, mentally unstable, not staying focused on what it is you're doing. I'm asking you, what are you doing? If you need help with what happened in the past, then you need to ask for it. The only thing that I can say that's happened in the past is video games. What else has happened? Nothing. Stand up. Take charge of Christopher. You don't have to take charge of anybody else. The only person in this world that God tells us that we need to control is ourselves. Because in the end, that's all you can control. I can't control you. You can't control me. Your dad can't control me. Now, he influences me in all his shit that he's done. But you and I can't fix him. He has to be the one. You have to fix you. I have to fix me. I have to say, this is no more. Which I wanted to do in 2010. And should have done in 2010 and didn't. Because he threatened me. I'm going to take one of them and you can have the other one. And I was like, no. That won't happen. They stay with me, both of them. Or they go with you, both of them. And then I said no. So I stayed. Took some more shit. There's a lot of things you don't know. And then I look at it and say, okay, I can understand where I'm at and what's been going on in my brain. But you don't know what my brain knows. I don't know what's going on in your brain. And I don't know what you know. But I can tell you this, you are not focused on you. Don't destroy this future. That's what you're doing. You're sabotaging yourself because you're so hurt. Just like I did. My mom's world is a party. It isn't a party. She still drinks. It's not a party, Mom. I told her that. It's not a party, Mom. She's waking up to it. Now she's not around Kathy being mentally ill and being on drugs and all this, and Mike. But both of them are. Don't kid her, you know, I can't. I know I'm not. I'm clean. I'm good. Not really. I'm hurt. I'm devastated. Because this isn't the way I saw my family. This is not the way I wanted my family to be. And Alexander's not going to be that. And nor are you. Because I'm not giving up on you. I'm going to fight for you. I am fighting for you. You just don't know it. And you want to tell me what all you don't know. And I'm looking at you going, don't be stupid. Listen to me. Stick beside me like I've told you in the past. and we will get through this together. I don't know how, but then you go down there and do this. Why? Are you wanting to spend time with somebody on the internet? And that's what you're doing in the computer?
No.
Well, you stayed on your computer the whole time. What were you doing?
No, I didn't, Mom. Who's saying that I stayed on the computer the whole time?
You were telling Alexander that you got paid to somebody was paying you to watch video games.
No. I said live streamed for the first time for 30 minutes.
And
Someone actually gave me money. And that was
did you
it.
get it?
They just, donated me $5.
I mean, like, cash?
Pretty much. On PayPal,
Oh.
the internet thing that Amazon uses a bunch.
Do you know who it was?
No.
That's scary.
No.
Okay, are you talking to strangers on this thing?
Not really.
Okay. I'm just wanting to know. Because you can meet evil people and manipulating people on there. Is that what you were doing then, is live streaming? And trying
No,
to figure
it
all
was-
that out?
It was only that one time. And I was blown away that the first time I ever did it, I got money immediately. Because usually it's like, oh, you have one person watching you forever, and then they don't ever give you anything. And I had 10 people watching me and got $5 in 30 minutes, and then it stopped.
Why did it stop?
No, I stopped.
Oh. Well, good. I don't want you doing, right now I need you doing this. When you get the BA degree and you want to take a little time off and do that, that's fine. But when you have that degree, Christopher, hopefully by then your professors have helped you they're going to help you find a job. But if you're going over there not saying anything, not wanting to be part of something, and you want to be over here in this corner by yourself, I don't want that.
I'm not.
Okay,
And I'm not sitting in the room all the time.
Okay. Then why is it the midterm you realized I'm doing bad?
It's not.
You were.
I didn't at midterm just realize I was doing bad.
You waited to the last day to withdraw out of chemistry. If you had withdrawn before the deadline, it wouldn't have cost you the whole semester. The sooner that you withdraw from a class, the cheaper it is on you. They don't charge you the full rate. So if you withdraw 2 weeks after you take the class and you realize I'm not getting along with this professor, like she said, we want you happy. School is fun. We want you in, I want to learn. I want to absorb this. We don't want you over there stressed out, mad, angry because you can't get it. If you're taking too many hard classes, then let's back it up. Just like I told her. 2 hard classes like that on you after coming out of a bad situation was not good, and you were sitting there telling her, yeah, it's okay. And I'm sitting there going, I don't think it is. And then you're convincing me, yeah, and you convinced her. And she said, well, 2 science classes is not going to be, it's going to be your degree, so get ready for it. And I'm saying, wait a minute, he's only a freshman. That's why I said that about that. Is that it was too much too fast. We have to, freshmen are eased into things. And not that you, like you said, it was too much memorization. You did fine with chemistry over the summer. You would have done fine with biology too and a bunch of electives. And Hannah maybe had it right.
No.
Even though it's electives, it doesn't matter anything to your degree. We don't care. Listen, you have plenty of money to take crazy classes. and still get your degree. You don't have to take 4 hard core classes that are going to be hard as shit. You have enough money to be able to hang out and take that one class and then get some easy classes and keep that GPA up. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you didn't realize that. You have enough money there and enough hours that you don't have to cram like we were doing. And I still want you to do the classes over summer, because the more you're in school, the more you get out of it. And it's at a slower rate, even though summer is faster. It isn't, but it's keeping you going on that same path of, yeah, I'm in school. It's just like, Alexander's not going to be able to do that. I'm not going to let him, now that you've done it and not been able to keep up. He won't take 2 hard classes like that. I won't let him.
We have to.
Not in freshman year. You're in a transition right now of what is going on. You know, I need you to stay focused. I got this, Mom, and you promised me that when I took you back down there. And that's all I'm saying, is that we need to talk about this. If there's more to this, then let's work this out. I'm not your bad guy. But if there's something correlate in your gut that's bothering you, whether it's the hate that you have for me or whatever, then tell it, voice it, get it out.
Why do you swear that I hate you?
Just some things you've said to me and stuff. You say that you think I hate you. Why would you think that? I'm your mom. I'm supposed to be on your ass. Who else is going to be if I'm not? I'm on Alexander's ass. You're my boys. How does anybody think that I've not kept on this kid's ass to make him where he's at? To help him get where he's... I didn't make him. To help him get where he is. With all the Marcuses and Michael Halls and the bullshit people. And even with, some of your friends were like, no, and then you got away from them. You would realize it. Okay, well, what's going on here? I want you to be on the phone talking and laughing and cutting up. I never hear that, except with you on the video games with Sam, and you'll start laughing. I love it. I hear that. I love that. Like I said, the only people you should be associating with are, I'm scared that you're in these video games and stuff with old men and I don't know it. And you don't know it because you don't know who you're in there with. I want you only with kids your age. I don't want you with anybody old. There's no sense in it. You're not old. And old people have a way of manipulating and doing all kinds of shit to kids. In college, you're still kids. And yeah, that's happened to you.
No, it hasn't.
Okay. Dad never wanted you to be a kid because he was never allowed to be a kid. He couldn't stop Alexander from not being a kid because Alexander was outside with the kids. Me screaming, Christopher, go outside, go outside, go outside. You heard me. You know it. Get out of this house. You don't remember that? And now here we are. Christopher, you're in college, get off the computer, go outside. I can't. That's what you're telling me. I can't.
By continuously saying, I'm not constantly on the computer, you're saying, I can't get off the computer.
You can, because I've been watching you in this semester. I mean, you haven't been on them since you come home. A little bit, but not a whole lot. And it doesn't seem like you're jonesing to. You used to be like, I got to be back on there. And this break, it's like, no, I'm okay. I mean, every chance you get, you go back to it, but it's you. Christopher, you have to take care of you. You have to be the one to say disciplining you. My disciplining you is over. You're 20. You have to decide, okay, what do I want to do? But I will say this, you will have bills, and you will pay those bills. And when you're living alone, whose secrets are whose? You can stay locked up in a room. That won't pay your bills. You'll get thrown out. That's not life. Life is you getting out there and having to adapt to the world. You have to get out there. They don't come and get you and say, come on. Those professors didn't knock on your dorm door and say, come on to class. Nobody cared. You're right. Nobody cared. Because you don't care. Now, if you're down there and you've got the incentive and you've got the drive that I've got to do good, I've got to do this, I've got to get this done, this would have never happened. Or maybe it would. I don't know. Did you do that? When I'm sitting there saying, go talk to your professors now, make sure you've introduced yourself to them. I did. You didn't. You lie. That's your deal. You lie. And you've been doing that forever. And I keep telling you. And then I show it to you. And then it makes you mad, makes you angry. But I can't change that. I can only say, Christopher, this isn't the truth. You need to stop lying, because the truth always comes to the surface. You're going to realize that as time goes on. The last thing you need to do is be caught in a lie. And the best thing for you is to always tell the truth, or don't say anything at all. If you can't say the truth, then don't say anything. Make sure before it comes out of there that it's the truth. Because lying will screw your life up. And it's no fun. It's better just to sit back and watch and say nothing than to lie. And so many people that lie can't do that. Because they'll lie about anything. And then it becomes like stupid, like, really? Dude, get a life. People will say, get a life. And they keep walking because they don't want to hear the bullshit. It's a lie. And people are smart. They're not stupid. Just like me, I'm not stupid. So, you can't blame a professor. Because the professor is going to watch out for his job. It's his job to get you through it. It's your job to get you through it. He's your mentor. He's looking for people that have drive. What's driving Christopher? You know, and right now you're blank because you checked out on me a long time ago. You don't even hear what I got to say. The only thing you wish right now is that I'd shut up so you can go to bed. Because you're brain dead right now.
How?
Tired? Me too. I'm tired.
What about swearing that people are following us and we have to turn off the cell phones?
It's just bullshit. Don't worry about it, Christopher. If you're doing everything you can and you're doing everything right and there's nothing for you to lie about, or you're not doing anything wrong, then you have nothing to worry about. You can march on just like he is, as happy as you can be. Just like I'm going to be. I haven't done anything wrong. But everyone wants to say that I've done something wrong. And I haven't. I haven't done anything wrong. I have stumbled and fallen, yes. Drank, yes. But I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not an evil person. I'm not out there hurting anybody. I haven't beaten anybody up. I haven't taken anything from anybody. I'm not screwing around on anybody. Because if you're screwing with a married man, then you're committing adultery even if you're not married. In the 10 Commandments, remember there's 10 laws. Are you breaking any of those laws? Those are the laws I'm talking about when I talk about the laws. Because it's God's laws. God's laws. And if you obey God, then you have nothing to worry about. Because there is no secrets. You're living as simple as you can possibly live, and it's happy. It's when you get all the other shit in there, and then all the lies and all the bullshit, and then it becomes a fucked up mess. You don't want that life. Alexander is doing everything he can to stay focused. He's not breaking any laws. He's not talking bad about somebody and slandering them. That's in the Bible. He's not lying and cheating and stealing and hiding and ducking. There's nothing to duck from. There's nothing to hide from. There's no reason to lie. He lives happy. He's got a job to do and he's doing it. What are you doing? He walks with purpose. He's got to get through school. He's got to get through those classes. They're harder on him than they are for you. I've never seen you struggle like I've seen him struggle through college. But you know what? He gets it done because he goes and asks questions. He goes to the library. He'd go up to the library at 6 a.m. You never did that. At PJC, they opened that library up at 6:30, I think, or 6:45. He's there. He had classes at 7:30. He'd go in there and work and get something done, especially if our printer was broken. Like I said, he's worked harder and done his job. What are you doing? He's not on computer. He doesn't get in there and get to talking to people he doesn't know. He stays focused on one thing, and really he doesn't even really get involved in the people around him. He's so consumed with himself. getting his jobs done. He doesn't have time for Gabe's bullshit. He doesn't have time for Kevin's attitude. Because Kevin's mean. He doesn't have time for Preston's I don't give a shit attitude. And he's coming up above him. And he keeps doing it. And he's amazing his own self. But like I told him, if you stay focused on you and let all this go, you don't know what you're capable of doing with God's help. Everything. When you start walking, Christopher, with a purpose, you have to get busier to be accountable. Because like Alexander, he's around too many people to fall. He's around too many people to keep him up there. He's focused. He's accountable. His hours are, yeah, I'm here at this time. I'm at the college at this time. He goes from college to school. When he's at school, he's in the band room practicing. He doesn't have a class. He's in there working. Then classes start. Then he gets out at 2:30. He's home. He has some lunch. He works. He goes from 2:30 until he has to leave at 5:30. He'll study. Constant study. No TV. It's quiet in our house. No video games. From 2:30 until 5:30. He usually leaves at 5:15. I'll feed him. He goes. He comes back at 9:30. I feed him again because he's tired. He's worn out. And he goes to bed. He's in bed by 10:15, asleep. Because when he goes in there, he dies. But he's working out. Listen, he's working out. He's being accountable. He's busy. He has no time for no bullshit. There is nobody influencing him. There's nobody in there telling him you can't. There's nobody telling him he can. And everyone's around him watching him go. And saying, okay, when's he gonna fall? When's he gonna fall? When's he gonna fall? He hasn't. And he's got 5 months left. As of this month. He'll be graduating in May. And really, you know and I know, the high school will be over with before May because it goes by so fast. But I mean, and like he says, what am I going to do in college to keep me doing this? But he sees the more you're involved in things, the more accountable you are to people, the more you're meeting people. Because like him, he keeps meeting people. He's not met a whole lot of people over here. But it's okay. He's around everybody. He's in a good environment. They're encouraging him. But they're not doing the work for him. Just like nobody's going to do the piano for you. If you really truly want to get better at piano, then you're going to have to do that for yourself. You've got to start working out because that's going to help with the depression. What I'm telling you to do is to focus on you. You have so many hours in a day. What are you doing with those hours? It comes, let's make it simple, right? That's what I'm saying, is let's go back to basics. You can do this. If you're getting the proper sleep, the proper food, the proper exercise, that's taking care of your core. And that includes reading the Bible every day, because Alexander reads the Bible with me every day. We'll read certain things, and then he gets in there and reads to me, and I read back to him. Usually he reads to me. And you're not doing that. You didn't even take your Bible. I let you go. I was like, what? It's called discipline. Just like I'm showing him. I'm showing him just like I showed you. It's discipline. And even if we only read the Bible for 6 minutes we've read the Bible. And he'll go in there and go to bed. And that means all television's off. I mean, we don't have the TV on a whole lot because he's busy. He's got to have quiet to study. And he'll be in there working on that physics like crazy. You wouldn't believe. Hours. And I'll be like, do you have it yet? No. Leave me alone. Okay. And then I'll bring him something to drink, or I'll leave him alone. As you can tell, I've been doing things in the house. I'm getting better. I'm coming alive. I'm getting back into, okay, this funk is over. I need you to come out of the funk and get on with it. Forget everybody in the past. Forget it. It's over. It's done. Tell them to get the fuck away from you. You're done with it. Done. You get back down to Tampa, you're done. Your job down there is one thing. Hopefully find a woman. And not a fucking man. Because it won't be a good life. The Bible tells you it won't be a good life. And I have a lot of gay friends. They're not happy. They weren't happy then, and they're damn sure not happy now as an old man. And that we were kids. The guys that did all my wedding were all my gay friends. Did my flowers, did my setups, and none of them are happy. Matter of fact, 2 of them met at my wedding. And they're mean as shit, and they've hurt each other so bad. It's just not a good life. But you have to decide that. That's not my decision. But it's no reason to live a secret life. Being a whore, that's a lot. That's just destructive. That's very destructive, like your dad. He'll have AIDS. We'll have to bury him with AIDS. That's going to be awful. That would be... I don't want to think about it. My girlfriend just told me my dad died of AIDS. I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, it really hurt. It's hurt my mom. She never remarried. And she went crazy too. So now it makes sense to me, but now I'm old. It's not supposed to make sense to a kid. You're supposed to be having the funnest, this should be the best time of your life. Getting along with kids. Not adults. Messing with a kid. And you don't know who you're meeting on those games.
I'm not with adults, Mom.
I know that. I'm just saying. But you don't know who they are on those games. I don't know. You gotta decide. It's not my life. It's yours. I can tell you one thing, you're not doing yourself right. Are you? It didn't have anything to do with anybody but you. What are you doing? Why are we going through this? Why are we having to deal with this? Alexander's not even going to help you. He's like, no, let him do it on his own. You want to be a fuck up? Okay. It's not going to stop him from not. He will go past you. Just like the rest of the world will run you over and say, okay, I don't care. And you can lay there A lot of people do it. I didn't raise a kid like that. I didn't raise a kid to do some of the shit that's been going on. Any other parent would have had you thrown out a long time ago. You want to be homeless? Okay. You want to live in a tent? That's what Sharon's doing.
I'm friends with homeless people.
Braden and Garrett. Braden was living in, she said when she went over there, it was a homeless thing. She couldn't believe her kid would live in something like that. And now he's telling her he's going to want to go and live in a tent. And she's saying, okay. And I'm saying, you're not doing that. Are you crazy? But this is, why are you doing this? Are you trying to hurt me? The only person that's hurting is you. You're going over there and playing fuck around fuck with their money. And don't think if you don't get this back that this isn't going to go on your record. You got thrown out of UT. For companies, this is your future. Do you want to have a home? Do you want to be able to pay your bills? Because all of us have them, and all of us are going to get them. Do you want to have insurance for yourself? You don't want to brush your teeth? Okay. It's not going to bother you today. It's not going to bother you in 5 years. But by damn in 15 years, you'll be having no teeth. Don't brush your teeth. It doesn't matter. That's what moms do. They don't want to fight. It's so much stress to constantly be on. Brush your teeth. I'm still telling y'all that. What are you doing to yourself? There's something more important than school that's occupying your brain. What is it? If it's not video games, it damn sure isn't college. What is it? You know. And trust me, Christopher, other people do too. Well, I'm not doing nothing. Okay. But you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you're not out and about around people being accounted for. Yeah, he was here at the gym for an hour today and sweat. And we got along, we laughed and cut up, and he went on about his way, and I'm over here about my way. You said yourself, I'm not going to be like Dad. No. Then don't be caught up by yourself. Because that's what a lot of his life's been lived, he's a big secret. Because he wants to get out. He doesn't want to do anything. I mean, calling me saying, did you know that, I didn't never know that Target had food. No, you won't go anywhere. You go. I'll stay here with Christopher. Really? No. Christopher, come and go with me. No. Come and go with us to the beach. Not that we left you a lot, because we didn't. I wouldn't let you. was like, no, come. I would even make you go outside. And then you'd mow back and out. They don't like me. They don't want me to play with them. No, they did. You just didn't do it. You wouldn't do it. The reality. I can't play basketball. You got out there and played it and felt so good. I hated it. No, you didn't. And you're still playing that shit. It's games with yourself. Grow up. Who do you think you are anymore? And who are you? You need to answer these questions because life's hitting you hard right now. You're not a kid anymore. Just like I tell your brother. I know, I'm fixing to be 18. I'll be able to go and do what I want. Okay. It's like Garrett. He can afford $900 a month. That's all his paycheck. Why wouldn't he want to stay at home and save that money? Is it so bad over there to stay there? That Garrett Braden wants to live in, this is how I'm thinking. Is it so bad over there that Braden wants to live in a tent so he can do what he wants, and now Garrett wants to leave? See, since you've been gone, she went and filed for divorce from Randy. And when I got wind of it, I went to her work, and then she stopped it and told me that thank you, you did me a favor. And I was like, well, you better wake up to the reality of what you're talking about. And today is her 50th birthday, and she's out and about dancing at a bar. So you need to wake up, because Christopher, you're 20, you'll be 40 in no time. And are we really mentally unstable? Are we total screw-ups for society that we need to be pulled out of society? We're not drug addicts. We're not alcoholics. We are following God's path. Now we just need some confidence and to let go of the fear, because there's nothing to fear but fear itself. You need to drop any influences that you're having in the last now. They're no more. You have to move forward. You have to get on and get yourself up. And you can't do that with people pulling you down. And I'm not the one pulling you down. I'm not your ball and chain. Your dad said I was. I'm not his either. This isn't between me, you, and him. This is between he and I. You have nothing to do with it. That means you have nothing. You have what you earned, and you're losing it. That's all you've got. I left home with $40. He did too. And we made it. You will too. But you've been given $52,000. You'll either make it or you won't. You're breaking it. How does that make me feel? How does it make him feel? He's pissed. He doesn't even want you to have a computer. Because he feels like if you didn't have a computer, you would only be doing it by paper, longhand, like in the good old days. And I said, no, he has to have it. He's got to do Rate My Professor. He's got to be on the YouTube. You're not doing any of that. What are you doing, son? Jacking off? What are you doing? Okay, do you really think your dad and I are stupid? And that we haven't been through shit? You're putting yourself through hell. This is hell. When you should be having so much fun. The opportunity to be at a university with a bunch of kids your age, getting into whatever, having fun, not getting into porn and bullshit. Goth, the black, I can't think of the name of it, whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. Or the piercings, no. Or the smoking or drinking and sex with everybody on the floor. Are we paying? Are they paying for that? Are you working hard for that? You've worked so hard to get yourself where you're at. With the help of us, me and your dad. And now you're just going to be like, okay, it's over. It's done. I don't understand. Help me to understand that. You said, no, Mom, I got this last semester. What? This isn't between you, me, and your dad. This is between me and your father. You're to stay out of it. But you're not.
How?
Christopher, I need you to stay focused on what it is you're doing so you don't stumble and fall and fail. Not only you're failing you more than you're failing anybody. And everybody wants me to be mean to you and show you what life's about. And I'm trying to understand you because you're my son. I don't give a fuck about anybody else in this world but you and your brother and me and God. And I feel like you don't care anything about God. You've said the hell, you and your Jesus shit. But you're depressed, you have anxiety, you have fear, and the hell with God. How do you think you're going to overcome it? Taking some pills? Not getting involved? Not being accountable? You're not. This semester proved that. You're not doing well. I don't have to tell you that. And it's so funny, we've been sitting here now for over 30 minutes and you have said nothing. I've done all the talking. And like I told you, you've checked out on me a long time ago. But that letter, you can't give them. You're not getting the big picture of what it is that they're about. Okay, so can you imagine having your dad in a position of a professor? You're dealing with your dad as a professor when you're dealing with these professors. They're fathers and they're professors. They're smart. So you're going to tell them, I just gave up. They're going to tell you, really? That's not what we do at UT. That's not who we are, and that's not what we stand for. And that's not why you were awarded a scholarship. We don't reward that kind of behavior, because that's what it is. An award. It's like me saying, here's your car, because you've done and worked so hard and done so well. The top 2% of the state. Do you know how many kids applied for that scholarship? You know how many transcripts they looked at, went through to choose you? And then you want to tell them that I just gave up. I didn't do anything for 2 months, and then the last 2 months I just said the hell with it. I can't do it anyway. I can't make it up. I'm gonna lose. And didn't call me and say anything. Just kept playing games and doing whatever you're doing. What are you doing? That's what you're saying. Alexander says he's being... Mom, I don't know. I'm crying. And Alexander's watching it. Do you think he's going to do that now? He won't. But it's like you don't care. I keep saying, do you want to be there? Life's about being happy, and you're not. You won't answer me because you're scared to tell me how you truly feel. Then don't tell me. Go to counseling and tell somebody else and find yourself, because you're lost. And it's getting worse. It's not getting better. This isn't better. Three semesters. And now you're saying, hey, but give me one more chance. Give me one more chance. I'll do it. Really? What? What have you shown them? That's what they're saying. Their parents.
But they don't see the semester from UWF according to you?
No, it was a medical withdrawal. It was wiped away from your things. It's what she said. I don't know. I don't know. It's your life that you're setting yourself up for. Now, are you going to be mentally unstable? Because that's what you're showing. Is mentally you're not here. You've checked out on us. You've done something else. You're doing other things we don't know. The professors don't care. They need you to get in there and do their job for them. Make the grades. Get their scores up. Get them a bonus. Help them better the school. better yourself. Help them help you. Find that great job. Be the best that you can be. The Army doesn't keep fuck-offs. They get rid of them. That's why Randy had to get out. He wouldn't go back to school. He couldn't. He couldn't pass a test or something. And I was like, so they just told you had to go? And he's like, yeah. There was nowhere else for me to go. I couldn't keep improving. Keep them better. Be all you can be. Do the best you can. For us. Just like Alexander over there. Loyalty. Who are you loyal to? Not me. Are you loyal to your dad?
How?
He's helped you get where you're at. His monies, your grandfather. Are you loyal to your grandparents that are dead? Oh yeah, that's right. They don't see you. Their hard ass money that they work their asses off for, you're blowing. Not to mention that the school's money. Grow up. Really? You can go do whatever you want to go do, but you're not going to do it on their dime. Or on your dad's. You need to decide what you want to do, how you're going to do it. Have a dream. Get focused. Get in a lane on the interstate and decide which lane you're going to be in. There's usually 3 lanes. And go with the mainstream, or exit and get off on some side street and be whatever. People don't care. They like it when you're in the mainstream having fun, doing well. Come and go with us here. Come and go with us there. If you have the money. Because you can't come and go anywhere if you don't have money. As people are seeing. David says, well, I'm out on my own, but I can't afford food. So I got a job at a pizza place so I can eat. Life's gonna get great. Now he's adding all these miles on his car and he doesn't even realize what he's doing. Why couldn't he stay at home with his mom and dad? Oh, because they're not stable. They're defects. They're mentally ill. And they want a handout. And he isn't going to be their handout. They want my money, is what he said. They want my money. They want me to pay their bills. So they have money to go do stuff. Because it takes money to go do stuff. So yeah, what are you setting yourself up for? And being weird. And everyone telling you, man, you're a little off.
No, I don't.
No. There's been some times that we've just kind of laughed at you, looked at you and thought, okay. You're wanting to fight the world and argue with me, okay. Why? Who do you think you're going to fight with if it's me, if it's not me? It's damn sure not going to be school, and it's damn sure not going to be a job. And like I said, anybody can get into college. Can you stay there? Anybody can get a job. Can you keep it? Look at your dad. He's had job after job after job. It's never his fault. It's always somebody else's. Companies won't survive without me. Well, they do. And they will. Like I told him. They don't care. There's going to be somebody else that comes along that can do your job. Oh, no, they won't. Yeah, they will. Nobody's called him back to work. And the more you get off on that rocky path, the more you rock. The more you rock, the more screwed up it gets. Do you think this has all been hurting me? It's all going to come to a head. His bullshit, what he's been doing to me, is all going to come to a head. Do you want to be in that path? Hell no. Alexander doesn't. I don't want either one of you around it. It's not your job. Like I told you before, your job is to do this and you can't. So tell me why. Where are you going to go from here? What's your plan? What's your future? I guess I'll go back to UWF. Go back to you? You've never been at UWF. You've taken one class there, that's it. When you write down on that future, you tell them, I'm planning on doing the semester with you. If you'll have me back, I'm planning on taking a class over the summer at UWF and transferring it just like I did last summer and pay for it out of pocket. My plan is to try to graduate in 2019 so they can see you're going to give that money back to them, some of it. I've stumbled. I am done stumbling. I'm going to join clubs. I'm going to go work out. I'm going to do whatever it takes to be normal. Because, Christopher, you're showing an unstable mental problem here, and it's consistent now. They can prove it. I can say he is emotionally a freshman, and we have him in a junior class, and they see that. There's nothing real stable for him right now. Everything's kind of wishy-washy. That's why I said things in there that like I did. I didn't expect you to go and rewrite this whole, what you're saying now is a lie. I only, like I told you before, state the facts and that's it. And don't ever say you gave up. Did you give up?
No.
No, listen. If that's the case, then you need to say to yourself, this is too hard. If you gave up, did you really put it all, did you really give it your all? I'm asking you as a mom, did you give it your all? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you see where you could have done better?
Yes.
Then you didn't give it your all. I was hoping that was going to be a no. I didn't give it my all, Mom, because next semester, you're going to have to give it your all. There will be no other. We're not looking in the rearview mirror, we're looking at the future. What are you going to do for the now? And the future is, I'm going to get through this semester if you'll have me back. I'm going to get over to UWF and take the physics class or a class that you will accept and pay out of pocket and come back in the fall and plan on graduating in 2019, which would give you 1 year to get it done after fall, after 18 fall. We got to get through 18 spring because you'll be a junior and really you're only a sophomore, and then try to get you caught back up. But we're not worrying about that. We're worrying about getting you through this semester. And if you say, Mom, I gave it my all and I couldn't do it, then we've got to regroup and say, okay, well, that didn't work. So let's think about maybe not taking those 2 classes together. Or, Mom, I didn't really give it up my all. I know I can make it because I can do better than I did. So you didn't give it your all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Christopher, you can't go with what other people want you to do. You're going to have to take control of this. Like Alexander's telling me, Mom, I'm not taking another. See, I'm trying to get him to take a biology class or science. He has no sciences down for college. So can you imagine? He's going to be taking all his sciences in college. He has none of them. And I'm saying, Alexander, he has so much math and he has no sciences done. Take a biology class. No. And he's like screaming at me. He's not going to do it. And he's not going to do it. But he's got it in his head what he wants to do, which is be easy. I want to have a semester where it's easy, Mom. It's going to hurt him. But it's his choice. This is your choice. Mommy and Daddy is done. And your father will put you out on your ass before you can blink. Or unless you want to go live with him. Which I've asked you, do you want to go live with your dad? And you say no. Do you?
No, Mom.
Maybe you need to. I'm just saying. This conversation doesn't need to be going anywhere but between me and you. It has nothing to do with your brother. It has nothing to do with your father. It has everything to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with any of your friends. As you see, nobody gives a fuck about you. They want something from you. That's all they want. That's all they want. What kind of assets are they giving you? Nothing. They're screwing your brain up. They're messing with this, with what we've worked so hard to get you to, so that you would have a better life. You want to be like my sister? You want to be like my brother? Alcohol and drugs are in your future the way you're going right now. Because I just can't do it. I just don't want to do it. You don't have to. You can be 55 years old and living under a blanket, under a bridge, like my sister. It's scary. And mental illness, scary. You're mentally unstable. I am mentally unstable because I've been living in hell trying to figure it out. I've got it figured out. It's me. It isn't anybody else. I'm going to fix it. For me. My house, like I told Alexander, our house is going to be an open house. There isn't any secrets. There's no reason for that. If you had cancer, you would want him to know. You would want me to know. There would be no secrets because you'd be laying there depending on us to help you and take care of you. And we would do that because you have a family. You have people that love you and care about you. There's a lot of people out there that don't have that, Christopher. And they don't want it. You got to be a friend to have a friend. You got to be in a family to have a family. You got to be wanting to be. You can't go in a family. A family isn't somebody you just walk all over and lie and cheat and steal from. My brother and sister have done that to me. My mom. And they don't have a family. And my mom is tickled pink that I'm having problems in my family. Really? Well, get you some of it. Now, how do you think it feels? That's what Tina said. I wanted you to know what it felt like to get arrested. Really? After I've done all that for your kids? Not knowing that she's down there hooked on drugs? Oh, yes, you did. I said, I did not. My kids would tell me that you were. She told me a long time ago, you're just like Jeffrey. Oh, don't worry. He's going to be just like Jeffrey. You watch. She had you pegged for gay for way back when you were little. And I was like, what are you talking about, girl? And then I let them in our life. That's where I made my first mistake, is feeling sorry for them. Her kids, not her. Them as in Rachel and Tommy. That's where I made my mistake. That was the devil coming into our home. And I wasn't smart enough to see it. Because they're innocent children. But they're not so innocent anymore. And they're not so children. And they haven't been forever. If I'd have known they were taking y'all down there and showing you gory, awful movies and Alexander, that was just unheard of. Really? I don't like those people. I don't want those people in my house. I don't want them around me. Rachel came to our driveway. I don't want to even speak to her. She looks at me and puts her head down and walks fast to go past me now. Why? I haven't done anything to that girl. I haven't done anything to you or your brother except be good to you, nurture you, coach you, get on to you, not beat you, not disgrace you, not embarrass you. Have I gotten fat? Yeah. Who's that hurting? Me. My organs. Not you. It's embarrassing to me. It isn't to y'all. Because there's other moms out there that are fatter than me. Like Alexander said. You need to start talking. This isn't about me. This is about you. And what the hell it is you're doing and what it is you want. Because it seems like I'm fighting for something you don't care nothing about. And UT will notice that in your letter. This kid doesn't care nothing about having a scholarship from us. And that, it's disgusting. You're going to tell them I just gave up. I'm not not going to let you do that. And then you're telling me
I'm
I already sent it.
rewriting it.
You told me you already sent it.
No. I immediately said, no, I haven't.
I don't know. What are you doing? Who are you disgracing? Who are you upsetting? Who are you letting down? Your dad? What's he going to tell you? Come on, I'll show you how to mechanic. He doesn't even want you to learn that. But maybe that's what you need to be doing. You can make a living at it. It won't be a good one. But how? $42,000 a year isn't nothing to sneeze about. It's better than working at Whataburger for $17,000 a year or $20,000 a year. It's double the pay. You have to decide. You see how much Kenneth works? He makes your dad's mount. And your dad doesn't work those hours like he does. For the same apples to apples, same benefits, same pay. He's putting in twice as many hours as your father. Who's getting paid more? Your father. Working half the hours to get that. I mean, you got to decide.